Hey guys, so in this video I want to talk about basic aid climbing, and before I do that I just want to talk about how I set up my harness. Here I don't have too much gear on me, just about 6 or 7 cams, just for the demonstration purpose, and I'm also using my normal rock climbing harness, but the only difference with that is that with most big wall harnesses you get 2 belay loops, and so the only thing I do different here is I girth hitch each one of my easy daisies into either belay loop. I've even done things where I've been aid climbing with a more rock climbing type harness or a free harness, and I've taken cord and made a second belay loop, so that way I've had separation of my 2 daisy chains. So that's the only difference here between this harness and the other harness. Other than that, I got my 2 daisy chains, or in this case I'm using the Metolius Easy Daisies, and I got these Petzl dual action lockers on each of them. They're both auto locking, so the minute you close them they stay locked. Those go attached to my atrières. These are also Metolius atrières. They're 5-step atrières. I really like these for a lot of aid climbing. Maybe if you're doing more intense aiding, then you want the more ladder style atrière. And then the carabiner I have on it, these are made by Black Diamond, and they're just really wide oval carabiners with a solid gate. I've made that mistake before where I've climbed a couple walls with wire gate oval carabiners, and I just say it kind of wears on your fingers a bit more than these nice solid gate ones. So since you're opening and closing these carabiners a million times, it's nice to have ones that are easy on your fingers. When I attach these together, I'll attach the daisy chain onto the carabiner like so. And what that does is it allows me to actually remove this and clip it anywhere I want. Maybe to, the big example is to jumars while I'm jugging up. That way I can clip a locking carabiner onto the jumar and have a bit more security onto that. There are times in my life where I've only used this oval carabiner attached to my Easy Daisy and my atrière while climbing up certain walls. Sometimes I'll make that decision, but this is kind of my go-to setup right here. And when I clip this into the protection, I clip it into this carabiner because you can see how I lose about 3 inches if I clip it in with the locking carabiner than the other way around with the ladder. It's all about how high you can stem. Aid climbing is a battle of inches, so if you can save inches here or there, you'll get up the wall that much faster. Here's my other atrière. I'll clip my daisy in the same way as before, and then I'm ready to climb. I just want to mention before we get into the rest of the video that I'm demonstrating this on an overhanging wall. And so what that means is basically I can't step as high on the atrières as on a vertical or slab wall. And so if you are on those terrain, you can usually get to like the top step of your atrières or 1 step below. But you'll see me not going as high, just about my waist to the pieces in this demonstration. So here I am, I'm actually like on the climbing part now. I got 1 piece right here and another piece right here just to get me situated on the wall. You can see how I've clipped my daisies into either piece, and I'm standing on one of my ladders right now. Notice how when I'm aid climbing, I've clipped the carabiner into the loop of these Black Diamond cams. That's just, again, so that way I can clip higher and not lose a few inches of gain. You just want to get in the habit of clipping as high as possible and then placing your piece as high as possible. So now, my upper piece is right here. I'm going to go ahead and step up onto that piece. And my foot in the atrière. And I'll pull up a bit on that ladder. And then now, I'm looking for my next piece. Again, we're going to try to get this piece as high as possible. There we go. Nice and high. Loosen up this daisy. Another thing I can do is I'll take my rope and clip it into this piece right here, so that way I'm protected. I take my other daisy, the atrière setup, clip it to my top piece, again through that loop right there. I can adjust my easy daisy as I need be. Now this is pretty easy aid climbing. This is around C1 territory. So all my pieces are pretty much bomber as I work my way up this crack right here. When you get into like C2, C2 plus, C3, that's when things start getting a little bit more sketchy. We're gonna have a different video where we talk about the different ratings for aid systems, but just know that a lot of this is a very straightforward crack, and I have a lot of options for different cams as I go up this thing. Well, this is a good, finding a nice C1 pitch where it's just a sort of uniformish crack going up a wall is a great way to start aid climbing and learning the systems and getting used to placing your gear and sitting on it. So now that I have that piece in, I'll take my foot out of this one, pop it into my next daisy, or atrier. I can grab this handle at the top right here, and I can pull up while standing up, and I can even adjust this easy daisy, which is the nice part about these Matoli's easy daisies. They more or less omit the need for something like a daisy chain, which is a bit more of a traditional item, but it is your choice if you want to use a daisy chain or these easy daisies. I prefer the easy daisies for a number of reasons, but go with whatever you feel is best for you or the situation that you're climbing in. Alright guys, so that's about as in-depth with aid climbing as I'm gonna go. It's really just all about a battle of efficiency, so maybe you want to spend more time top stepping and reaching up high for that next piece, or it just ultimately comes down to practicing and working at it and working at being efficient and always thinking like, how could I be moving right now, or could I be moving better, or any sort of mind games like that. Overall, aid climbing just takes a while to get good and efficient at, and always, like at least in my world, the first pitch of aid climbing is that I've done in a while is always a little bit slower, a little bit more touchy than after you get into it. So that's all part of the fun in the games. But thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.